Hi, everyone, Cendril here, along with Fen.
Hello everybody, nice Scarlet, aka Pimp Feather Dragon here.
Today we have more NES stuff to do.
Yay. I'll get my list back up. Oh, where did we get to?
Oh, go back. We actually recorded this, but I forgot to record. Listen, people. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough time here for a while. But we're gonna smile. We're gonna have fun, and we're gonna keep going.
Have positive energy.
Just let me go here for a minute, love.
Sorry.
As I need this. It's going to be sad. I know a lot of people that feel that way, and it's not going to be. It could be bad. Who knows? We may all get surprised and it'd be okay. But I promise you this: we will continue to have fun on this channel. We will continue to smile. We will continue to have fun, to be positive, to hope. And I'm not going to let anybody or anything take that away. A lot of you come here for hope, for inspiration, for love, optimism, positivity. And I will continue to deliver that to the best of my ability. You have my promise, which is actually worth a lot. I can tell you that. My friends can tell you that, and the love of my life can tell you that. That my promises mean a lot, and you have my promise that I will do my utmost to continue to bring the things that you really enjoy about this channel, which is being positive. And I will do that to the very best of my ability. So, you need a smile, you need a laugh, you need some optimism, some positivity. You come here, you tell other people you know to come here, and this will be the last we really talk about it. We will continue on, and I will be here for all of you. We're not going to talk about it. You all know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, then don't worry about it. But if you do, you get what I'm talking about. That recently happened. Just know the channel here is for you all. For people that need to pick me up, need to be positive, just need something to help them. And I'll be here for you. We'll continue to have a lot of fun. I can tell you that. And smile along with me. And as I said, you tell everybody you know they need a pick me up. Watch some videos on the channel. We laugh. We have a lot of fun. And I'll continue to be positive for all of you. So smile together with me. We'll get there, I promise. All right.
You don't need to compose myself real quick.
Okay. I've been told I can give a speech. I'm pretty good at it.
Okay, back to what we were doing. Going back down the list of games that are going to be on the NES Classic Mini. Next up is going to be Dr. Mario.
Man, I love Dr. Mario.
I was terrible at it.
I was garbage at it, but it's such a fun game. For those of you that don't know Dr. Mario, you just know him as a Smash character. Dr. Mario was a Tetris-style puzzle game. So there would be viruses on the board, and you dropped pills down like Tetris, whereas blocks, but you drop pills because you're trying to cure the viruses. And you had to match the colors. So you needed to put the red side of pills, because the colors would be random, just like Tetris blocks are random. And you put the right color for the viruses, and then they pop and disappear, and if the screen gets filled, you lose. Really fun game. Not as old as Tetris, of course, but
Right.
it was in that style. And a lot of fun. A lot of people enjoyed Dr. Mario. I did. I wasn't very good at it. But,
And possibly the first game that introduced the match 3 system.
possibly.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're not sure about that. But, it was definitely an early one of, like, match 3. In a way. Match 3's evolved to something way different now. But just that concept of if you have 3, then that goes away. So, Cendril, I've been waiting for you. Hey, what's up, wizard? Have I ever told you I used to be married? No.
No.
Unless you believe in, would it be string theory or multiverse theory? Because if you didn't catch it, we've been through this already, but I didn't start the recording just because I have so much on my mind, and now I'm doing this again. So technically he has told us before, but for all of you, he has not. Strange, I know, for a man like me, but it's true. Which is very interesting that Wizard was married. My wife and I were together for many years until I made a mistake that drove her away. Her anger and envy were so intense that she turned green and began flying around the countryside, cursing everything in her path.
I still want to know what he did to turn his wife into a witch.
No clue, but he literally turned his wife into a witch with whatever he did to make her super angry and envious. Literally turned her into a witch. When I found out, I sealed this passage to her home, fearing that an innocent villager might fall prey to her dark magic. It has feet. But now it must be unsealed, for when we separated, she took my magic ink. I need that magic ink back. That face. I must have it.
The magic ink. The horror.
I would do this myself, but I can't see her again. That's why I need your help. In order to unseal this passage, you'll need a dark talisman. Talk to Krobus in the sewer. He should know where to find one. I'm counting on you. If you could retrieve my magic ink, I promise I'll make it worth your while. Now go. Teleport!
Wizard, away!
Which? So that's fun. So we need to go visit Krobus and get a magic talisman.
See, I think it's interesting that they gave Wizard an ex-wife, because a lot of people wanted him to be another marriage candidate. So I was wondering if that's a way to just like, no, he can't because he was already married or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
But anyway, moving down the game list as we go to Krobus. One I'm excited about, Excite Bike.
Right, so I'll go first. I don't have much about Excite Bike, but it's a lot of fun. It's really hard. I'm not good at Excite Bike. I never was good at Excite Bike. I didn't play it that much, but I know some people have a lot of fond memories of Excite Bike, like that.
Aw.
Your turn.
With me and my brother on Excite Bike, we eventually got good where we could go through the stages pretty well, but there's a mode where you can just build courses for yourself. And we didn't build them to try and pass them, we just built them to see how many times we could make the other person crash. That was the funnest part to us. Just seeing how many times we could crash each other. What's that? You're looking for a dark talisman? Now that you mention it, I did have one in my possession not too long ago. Unfortunately, I dropped it while exploring that tunnel in the far corner. Things started heating up in there. I left in a hurry and sealed the entrance. You seem pretty sturdy, though, so I'll open it back up just for you. Just be careful, okay?
Yeah. Buy this, so I don't forget. And, still don't know where that voice came from, but we're gonna go with it. It's great.
I had a different one, but that absolutely killed my throat when I did it, so I had to change it.
Ah, welcome to my world. People wonder sometimes why voices change. There are two reasons voices change. For those of you that have seen some of my other LPs, there are two reasons voices change. For characters at some point. One, I have so many other projects going on, I don't remember the voice that I was using. Exactly. Like I have a good idea, but I can't remember exactly how I was doing the voice. And even if I listen to it again, I can't quite get it exactly how it was. That happens less and less these days, just because as I've gotten better. Two is that the voice is killing my throat, and I just can't do it anymore. This typically happens with higher pitched voices, or just voices that put a lot of strain on my throat.
Yeah.
Which is usually either a really deep voice, but it's more than likely a really high pitched voice I'm doing for a female character. Is typically when that happens.
I can do it. Okay, but yeah, sci-fi. I'm super excited for sci-fi. Just mess around with it again. Oh, you got an ancient seed. Just saw that.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Alright, so, next up, this one's gonna be a big one. Final Fantasy 1.
Yes! Alright. Those of you that don't know, Final Fantasy 1 was one of my first RPGs that I ever read. I say one of the first because I had it and Dragon Warrior, which is known as Dragon Quest 1, at roughly the same time. Can never remember which one I technically played first. So you could kind of say they're both my first RPG. But if you've played a remake of Final Fantasy 1, and you really enjoy Final Fantasy, you enjoy RPGs, but you've not played the original NES Final Fantasy 1, I urge you to play it. Because it is much more difficult than you may think. Because I know how Final Fantasy 1 works. And you might not. Like I said, even if you played a remake, you will find the original to be much more difficult. And the reason for that is because of the magic system. It does not use MP like you're used to in Final Fantasy games. After a certain point. It uses MP. Let's see, which was the first Final Fantasy to use MP? I can't remember if 2 used MP or not. I don't think they did. I don't think 3 did either. I think 3 still had spell slots.
I want to say
4.
4 had it MP.
I want to say, yeah, 4 had MP. I want to say 4 was the first one that had MP. Anyway, if you've not played an older Final Fantasy, the magic system is like Dungeons and Dragons. If you've ever played an old Dungeons and Dragons, like 3.5. You have spell slots, or if you ever played like Baldur's Gate or anything like that. You have spell slots, which means you can only cast a certain level of spell a certain amount of times per, quote, day, unquote. Basically, it resets when you rest. So, to begin with, your White Mage, for example, can cast level 1 spells, which is what Cure falls under, the basic Cure spell, like 2 or 3 times. That's it. In the remake, you have a lot of MP in the remakes, where you can cast it a dozen times. You're not getting that with Final Fantasy 1. They're still really, really important to have spellcasters. But you might be in for much more of a challenge than you think. So there's Final Fantasy 1. I'm super looking forward to playing through that again.
Now, when you say the white mage can only cast 3 spells total, that's like per dungeon? You have to go rest of the church to get them back?
Yeah, you've got to go rest in an inn.
Okay.
If I remember right, there was a. You can't save anywhere. You can't save everywhere either, if I remember right. In FF1, there were save points.
Yeah, that's kind of standard with Final Fantasy games. So.
And you could use. I think it was a tent gave you some spell cast back, and I think you could buy a cabin, and you can get all the spell cast back. I'm a little fuzzy on that, on getting them back while in the dungeon, but to get to most of the time to get your spell cast back, you had to rest in an inn. So if you're in the middle of the dungeon, you're just out of luck. Maybe you could save anywhere now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, I know the NES Mini is going to have save slots, but that won't count probably to get your magic back.
No.
Absolutely not.
You've got to go rest in an inn. So if they stay true to the NES version of Final Fantasy 1, it's going to be more of a challenge than you think.
Okay, so I guess it's hopping off of the Final Fantasy train, as fun as it is. Galaga.
I love Galaga.
Galaga.
I'm terrible at it.
It's hard.
It's hard, but I have a lot of fun with it. Those of you that don't know Galaga, it's a top-down shooter. It's a shmup. But it's the first shmup, I think.
One of the first, if not the first.
So, that's really going back. That's pretty much it. If you know a shmup, it's where it began. Really, was Galaga. I played it all the time in the arcades. You probably have at least heard of like the legendary getting 2 ships at once. You've probably heard that somewhere. That's from Galaga. So,
as you probably can hear, it's multiple pronunciations. Galaga, both are correct. So, I think one of us is probably wrong.
One of us is probably wrong, and if you tell us in the comments, we probably won't care. Just to be honest with you, because we're gonna pronounce it how we want. So, because that's how we grew up. We grew up with different pronunciations. So
now. But yeah, Galaga, really cool. Just shoot 'em up. It's fun. Good way to get some rage out. Now for the definition of NES hard, ghosts and goblins.
That game is NES hard. If you don't know Ghosts and Goblins, it is a side-scroller game where you play as King Arthur. And you have to go save Guinevere. So it's, knight save princess thing. And you go through 8 stages, because that's the way games work. Thanks to lots of NES games. Thanks to Ghosts and Goblins. 8 stages. And they are extremely difficult. If you want to know... If you want to know NES hard, Ghouls and Goblins is NES hard. Personally, I have beaten it once in hundreds and hundreds of tries. I have beaten it once. I was super proud of myself and never played it again. Same with Super Ghouls and Ghosts, which is kind of like a remake, you could say. It's also just extremely hard, and bad times. Bad times. But if you want to know, like Finn said, you want to know the definition of NES hard, that game is hard.
Alright, we have time for a couple more?
Sure.
Gradius. Basically, a side-scrolling shoot 'em.
Yeah, this is one of, if not the first, side-scroller shoot 'em up. So if you know any side-scroller shoot 'em ups, like R-Type, Gradius is really well known. So or you played like you've probably seen or played one of the other ones. Side scroller shoot 'em ups not as popular as shmups. Um, but as your like traditional like Galaga, Raiden, um, the Toho series, Bullet Hells,
Yeah.
um, stuff like
Well,
that. But
well, with side scrollers, sometimes you have to contend with the environment. If you hit the wall of the environment, you're dead.
yeah, so that's really cool. You've probably seen side scroller shooters in other games and things like that, but Rise is one of, if not the first one. So just look forward to that. It's like your standard side scroller shooter: dodge the enemy bullets, don't hit the environment, like the walls at the top and bottom of the screen, um, grab power ups, things like that.
Basic shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Um, Next up would be Ice Climber.
I am not good at Ice Climber. Quite a few of these games you have to like old arcade type games. Like
Yeah.
we talked about Donkey Kong Jr.
Double Dragon.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of like the ones where you don't really win, quote unquote. You
Oh,
just
you
like
just kind of go.
you just kind of go. You just try to get like a high score. I mean, you can win
Yeah,
Donkey
I get what you're
Kong,
saying. I get
but
what you're saying.
it's main people mainly play to get high scores.
Yeah.
It's like that. Ice Climbers is like that. But yeah, they came from their own game. If you didn't know, you just needed them as a Smash Brothers character. They come from
Mhm.
an old arcade style type game.
A
Ice
lot of people
Climbers.
only know them as Smash Brother characters.
Yeah,
So
but their game's pretty difficult. It's that arcade type hard to try to eat your quarters. Unless you're really good at it, you got really good at it. So that's all I got for Ice Climbers.
never played it.
Um, that's gonna do it for this episode of Stardew Valley. Thank you all very much for watching. Um, we're going to explore the new place next time. We're basically going to do Stardew Valley until I run out of things to do. So we're going to explore the new place, see the ending at the beginning of year 3. That's what I was told. So here in a couple of days. Explore that new place, see what's going on there. And when I run out of things I really want to do, that will do it for Stardew Valley for now. If there's ever any really big updates with Stardew Valley, there's a good chance I'll come back to it because I really enjoy Stardew Valley. I really enjoy this game, and it's going to continuously grow. Concerned Ape, already has big plans to do more with Stardew Valley, and I will be. If there are updates that I can do with this character, with this file, I should say, the character's me, but with this file, I will do so. I'll take some time, show that off a little bit, and continue to have fun. So remember, people, smile, and know that one last time I will continue to bring as much positive energy as I can to all of your lives. And it is a honor and a privilege to do so. So smile, stay positive for me, and I will do my utmost to bring those feelings to all of your hearts. So, again, thanks for watching. For Finn,
I've been Nice Garlic. I'll see y'all later.
I'm Cendril 9. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.